Hello, welcome again. Another Marky-mark video. Another show and tell of great records which I've managed to acquire. And it's been a bit of a while, isn't it, since the last video, and lots of stuff's gone on. Not been particularly brilliant, not been very well, but I'm back on the mend and looking forward to a lovely summer, which, looking outside, the UK weather at the moment is horrendous. We're going into May and it's pretty cold, but let's be positive. Let's be positive and think of all the great stuff that's dropping in recently. There has been some really exciting reissues that have come out in the last kind of month, 6 weeks since I last did my last video, and I'm very excited to share them with you and talk about them, and hopefully maybe you'll get something out of them. Give them a go. You can Spotify a lot of stuff. I mean, that's the beauty of vinyl collecting today. I think that streaming and vinyl can live very much together, because you want to buy something that you enjoy and not waste money on a 20, 30, 40 pound record and think, oh, yeah, I like the first track, but the rest of it I wouldn't play again. You want to make sure that every single record you buy, you really enjoy it, and you pour over it, enjoy it, put it away, and then every week, month, year, you think, oh yeah, I'm going to play that and enjoy it and get it out, and you think, oh great. Anyway, let's get down to business, because I'm waffling. If you know about my channel, I really appreciate all the likes and subscribes. I love the comments. Get comments from from America, from Germany, from all sorts of places. It's really lovely. It's a really nice thing. I like it because it's just good fun, and if I get a moment's peace from the family, it's a lovely thing to just be able to sit back, relax for 20 minutes or so, and chill out and talk a bit about records. Let's kick off. Let's kick off with this. Freddie Hubbard's Red Clay, and I wanted a copy of this some time ago, and it was quite difficult to get hold of. And when I heard that I think they're from Netherlands, the Music on Vinyl crew were going to reissue this as a limited edition, it was just a complete and absolute no-brainer to me. They are a fantastic reissue label, and what's absolutely lovely about this is they've taken a lot of care and attention. Gatefold, lovely textured outer covering with Joe Henderson, Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Lenny White on the CTI label. Brilliant. This is one of the first real classic albums that broke that kind of jazz funk kind of genre, and there he is at the back. It's a great album, great listen, really funky, but the record's amazing. It's a great. I didn't expect anything less, really. It's a limited edition, so it's number 1407 printed there, and it's on this lovely kind of, well, it's not lovely, I think it said it was a reddish gold kind of vinyl, perfectly flat, great record, sounds fantastic. It came with its scratch proof inner, but I've just put a brand new inner inside the inner to keep it clean and nice. But yeah, that's Red Clay. Really great, funky, jazzy, beautiful made record. I hope they don't go out of stock. because I think it's, does it say limited to 1,500 individually numbered copies on gold and red marbled vinyl, and they give you that spiel about the 180 gram nonsense, which is nonsense, but it's a great record, really nicely done, so very pleased to get that. That was reissued, I haven't got my glasses on. I thought it was this year, 2003, it must have been when it was mastered, 2010, I'm pretty sure it was this year. I haven't got my glasses. Anyway, classic jazz, really good stuff. Moving on to a record that I've been really excited about, which prompted today's Marky-mark video. Bobby Hutchinson's Happenings. I mean, look at that cover. Look at that. On the Blue Note Classic series. And I first picked this up probably about 2 years ago. And it was the reissue from the 70s, the whole horrendous 70s issues, 70 series issued on Blue Note. And it was just, I couldn't listen to it. It was full of really bad cracks and pops and just wasn't nice to listen to. So I've been streaming it, and then I saw Chris from, I can't remember who it was now, saying, introducing the Blue Note series for 2024, and this was on it. And for some reason, I thought it was going to be brought out at the end of 2024 in the UK, but it's come out now, and it's friggin' brilliant. It is absolutely wicked. Aquarian Moon is the first track, which Bobby Hutchinson wrote. He's written all of these apart from Maiden Voyage, obviously Herbie Hancock. So Bobby Hutchinson on the vibes, Herbie Hancock on piano, Bob Cranshaw on bass, and the wonderful Joe Chambers on drums. This is a fantastic album. It sounds brilliant. It's just really, it's got a load of great, happy, good stuff going on side one. Kicks off on side two with Maiden Voyage, and it just gets a bit darker and darker. And then the last track is a contrast of contrasts. It's called The Omen, and it's just deep and very dark, and probably written with the film in mind, because it's just a bit dark. But I just love that cover. Absolutely love it. So recorded in released in 1967, and that just wonderful image there is just wonderful. This is great. I'm really happy to get this. It's just great, and it was quite cheap. So anyway, Preston Optimal, I think, because it's got the Made in Germany. But they've done a great job. Really good job on that one. Let's moving on to Harold Land, the Fox. Another one on the Crafts Contemporary series from Acoustic Sounds. Another funky, wonderful record on this. Lovely thick jacket. Perfectly made record. Flat as a pancake. Gorgeous. I like a bit of Harold Land. I think he's great. And look at this. It's just a lovely and flat. It's a gorgeous record. Really nice. They've done a good job, Acoustic Sounds. They just seem to go from strength to strength. And if you fancy a really nice, decent, happy bit of jazz on the old saxophone, this is the record to grab hold of. I think all vinyl stuff has gone up. I think all records have kind of gradually increased now that we're in April. It's a bit of a sad thing. I'm trying to be a lot more choosy and picky about what I'm buying. It's just a bit crazy out there. But we've got the wonderful Dupree Bolton. and Elmo Hope, Herbie Lewis, and Frank Butler on that. Really good, fabulous. I'm going to play that tonight, actually. Moving on to the buy of the month, because we're at the last day of the month. Yes, this month. So I popped into, in the UK we have a HMV, which HMV is like a, I hate to say it, it's not like an Amoeba Records kind of place, but they sell a lot of junk downstairs, and then upstairs there's a bit of vinyl and lots of CDs, and it's crazy. The prices that they sell vinyl for is just at least 50, 100, 200% more than what it should be. I don't know how they make any profit, but sometimes at the moment there's a sale, and I pop in there and go through the bins, and I couldn't let this go. So this is Bobby Hutchinson again, San Francisco, featuring Harold Land. Wonderful cover, funky as hell, perfect record, and it was reduced from £34.99. Now it's not a tone poet, it's a classic series. Tone poets are about 34 quid because you get the tip-on jacket, the gatefold, session photography. This is the classic series. They shouldn't really be any more than 25 quid. So when I saw this for £19.99 with an extra 10% off, I just couldn't believe it. It was only one in the bargain bucket, and it's just fabulous. Released in 1971. You cannot go wrong with this. Look at that lovely picture of them, Harold Land and Bobby Hutchinson, just having a bit of a kind of moment, and Kevin Gray again mastered this. Perfect record. So I'm very pleased to have picked this up for the money. Very pleased. Right, so roll back about 4 weeks. I popped into my local second-hand record store, Rooster Records in Exeter. Got chatting to Jamie, who's brilliant on all sorts of genres of music, and he got talking about British jazz. To be honest, I'm very new. I've got a lot of jazz, but I don't know a lot about British jazz. And apart from this record, which I got introduced to by our one of the members of our kind of it's not jokey, it's a jazz society we have. This is Azimuth, their debut album, John Taylor, Norma Winston, Kenny Wheeler, from 1977. And I wanted to buy this, and it was very expensive until I saw that ECM were reissuing a lot of these British jazz classics on the Luminescence label, and this is so ahead of its time. I mean, 1977. I was born in 1977, so when this came out, it's got loads of hypnotic vibes to it, real mystical vocals, and just that kind of just sends you into a state of possibly hypnosis. It's hypnotic, I think that's the best way to call it. But this is fabulous. This could be one of my best records of the year. I can see that there. I'm so pleased to get it. There's just so much going on in this, and it's way ahead of its time. British jazz, I think, is well worth dipping into. I've got so much Blue Note, bit of Japanese, I've got all sorts of French stuff, but British jazz is something that's caught my eye in the last few weeks. But this is fantastic. Azimuth, give it a go. It's on Spotify. Very hypnotic and very just beautiful. It just sends you away to a very different place compared to the sort of bebop, post-bop stuff that I'm usually listening to. Gorgeous. So along with the British theme, we've then got the Windmill Teller, story of Don Quixote, Ken Wheeler again with the John Dankworth Orchestra. This is on the British Jazz Explosion Decca label. The hype says it's vinyl audio remastered and cut from the original master tapes by Gearbox Records, and they've done a really good job with this. Tip-on jacket, gorgeous records. It's basically it's a story about Don, this fictional character called Don. There's like a cartoon. It's all a bit of a joke. This character that Ken Wheeler created. So it goes from the preamble of the story, Don the Dreamer, Sweet Dulcinea Blue, Bachelor Sam, Sancho, the Cave of Montesino, etc., etc. And then at the very end, it's Don no more. So that's when he dies. It's all a bit very. It's very orchestral, but it's just telling a story of this fictional character and his adventures. Great. I won't put it on that much. It won't be like a, Bobby Hutchinson or an Azimuth, but I really enjoy it. It's really nice. It's a really lovely listen to. You just need to be in the right mood late in the evening with a large glass of something nice. Now, this is another one that Jamie recommended from Rooster Records. Mike Westbrook Orchestra, Citadel Room 315. It's got the price here of 25 quid, but I didn't pay that for it. I got it from Discogs for about 15, I think. And this is bloody great. This is bouncing as hell, cool, just toe-tappingly brilliant. And it was performed in Stockholm in March 1974, so earlier than Azimuth. Performed by Mike Westbrook on its British tour in September and October 1974. This is well worth a have a listen. First track essentially is called Overture, and then it goes into this track called Construction. Fantastic. Blimmin' fantastic. On RCA. This, what year is this? Did it come out? This reissue? Not the most silent audiophile record, but good enough for my collection. Cleaned it up beautifully. It's spot on. So give that Mike Westbrook Citadel 315. So then I don't know. Let me think. How did I get into this? Journeys in Modern Jazz. I think it just came up somehow, and I could see that Ken Wheeler and the John Dankworth Orchestra, Don the Dreamer was on this, and others, a whole load of others. I've got to side this. There's two LPs in this, and it sounds fantastic, but it's the creme de la creme of British jazz. There's some lovely artwork, newspaper cuttings of. I hope you can see that. It's not a bright day, is it? I need to put some lights on, really. There's a whole booklet here which I'm going to plan to go through tonight and read right through while I'm listening to it. I need my glasses because I can't quite read that. There's lots of look at this. But I'm hoping to get a little bit more, in tune with British jazz from that unique period. And it's a gatefold, lovely gatefold. Look at that, just great. This was second hand, near mint, it says here, from somebody on Discogs. I think I paid about 16 quid for it. So tonight I'm looking forward to going through that. And if you're not a jazz person and you don't, you stayed this long to be curious about jazz on my channel, the next track is the polar opposite of jazz, but I don't care. This is my channel. It's a vinyl kind of record, but I've been wanting this for a while because my COVID album was Charlie XCX pop record, How I'm Feeling, and I had to get this because I started doing some research about Charlie XCX, British artist. I think she lives in LA now, or California or somewhere like that. And she brought this out prior to How I'm Feeling. Yeah. And I saw this on Discogs, good money, cheap, lovely cover as well. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. I can't say lady anymore. I've been told off to say lady. Beautiful woman. But I don't do an awful lot of pop. I just get a little, I don't know, I'm kind of hitting almost 50. I'm getting there. But I just like a little bit of pop. It's fine. Most of it's jazz. Most of it is, good stuff. Jazz. It is all jazz. But I do like a bit of pop. And Charlie XCX, I find her lyrics really clever. I find her production, and I just find it quite satisfying music. It is kind of the pop stuff, and I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I'm so sorry if you like Taylor Swift. I do not understand what's going on with Taylor Swift. I don't understand, but that's my preference and possibly my misgiving. But this is a great, great album. This is such a good laugh, a good party album, and best songs on this is 1999 because it kind of features the track features some of the cool stuff that I remember in 1999, and it's a kind of nostalgic montage of what life was like pre-millennium, pre-Brexit, pre-everything, pre-9/11, and it's just a nostalgic, comforting track. So 1999 is great. All of them are great. So this was a 2019. This came out. So she talks in this came out in 1999. This came out in 2019. The track is 1999, and obviously pre-COVID 2020, and pre all the rubbish that's gone on since. So I really like this. I really, really like this. I'm not ashamed, but it goes on when I fancy a bit of a change, a bit of a kick up the arse. So those are my vinyl records from the past sort of 4 to 6 weeks since the last video I did. Hope you're still awake. Hope you're okay. And if you're in the UK, I just hope we get a nice spring and a good summer soon, because it's a bit depressing. But we're fine. It's all good. Thank you ever so much. Like and subscribe. It'd be nice to get to 500 subs. I really would love to get to 500 subs. Not that it's never really been a thing, but you look at the counter and you think, oh, blimey heck, that's really nice. People are watching and enjoying just seeing somebody talk about records and why they enjoy them and that. So anyway, stay safe, keep spinning, and see you on the next video. Cheers.